Alright guys, so we got the heads back over there from RFD, getting ready to leave here now. Super nice people in there, man. Really, they are. Had a couple of things that I really, I was really wanting to get these chambers cut to 50 cc's, and we were thinking it wouldn't be a problem to do it. When we brought them in, that was kind of the game plan with it the whole time. But after looking at the heads, they cut them 10 cc's, and now they're down into, or like, they're just barely above the top cut on the valve seat. So I don't know. He was advising me probably to not do it, to not take them down any further than that. He was saying that once we go to the bigger valve setup, that we're probably going to get up into the deck surface again, and then we're going to need to put bigger seats and everything else to get the angles in like we need them to be. So I don't know. I guess it kind of worked out maybe that we didn't get all of it cut off, but I'd be not truthful if I didn't say I was kind of disappointed in it. So that's going to take our compression back a little bit, and that's another thing he said too, is like if we're cutting the chambers down to a 50 cc, we're going to be losing a lot of that volume anyway, and if I do go nitrous on it, we're going to want the volume in the chambers, and we're going to want some more quench too. So anyway, we got the heads. We're going to ease on down the road here. I think I'm going to go by one more spot to get a second opinion on it and just go from there. But anyway, stay tuned, guys. I'll bring you guys along. Thanks. Alright guys, so this is our heads. We got them back from the machine shop. We went up, picked them up about a couple weeks ago now. But they ended up taking like 10 thousandths off. We thought we'd be able to get more off of it. Problem we ran into is we're really close up here. We're right at where the valve job, like this valve seat kind of stops. So if we get any further into that, it's probably going to get into the head, like scarring that. We'll need to pull the seats out, put some bigger seats, and go ahead and cut the valve job bigger and all that. But we're doing a budget build here on this motor. So kind of if we go that far with them, we're kind of going outside the realm of budget heads at that point. So anyway, we're going to stick with what we got. Right now, what we're trying to do is, if you can see, like on this one here, maybe hard to see, but there is a little bit of a ridge right there. I'm going to take the time to get those out of it. Right now, as it sits, we thought we'd be able to get this chambers to 50 cc's. We actually ended up at 53, because like I said, we only took 10 off of what we had. So with that being said, I'm going to show you how we do this to get this ridge out. We're going to take these used valves here that came out of it. I got a new set of valves to go in it. So I'm actually going to grind the face of this valve, or the top of it, down right here. I'm going to grind it smooth and flat and kind of undersized a little bit, so that we can actually get our tool in there, because that's the issue I was running into the first time, and I didn't want to mess the valves up because I wasn't sure. I thought I was going to reuse the valves, but I ended up getting some different ones. So now that we have those, I'm going to run back through it. So anyway, let's get started, guys. So I'm just going to drop my valve, the old valve, down in the drill, chuck it up in that, kick this on. We're going to start grinding the face of this thing down with the head at the side. Starting to reduce the profile on the side there. Alright, so we got the face of that ground down. and we're going to take that and put it back in the head. Let's see how it turned out, see if we need to take any more off or not. Alright, that one seems like it'll get us in there where we're looking to be. So let's go ahead and do this exhaust valve. Alright, so we got the face, kind of got that turned down quite a bit on this one. Test the fit on this too, see if this works better. Alright, so we got the two valves ground down. This will, like I said, this grounding that little edge off will allow us to get in there and get the last little bit of that line out. So we're going to just take a little, probably cartridge roll, go in there real nice and easy and pick the last little bit of that out, and we'll be good. So, alright, we'll keep at it. Alright guys, so hopefully you can tell how to clean them up some more, really make sure everything is good and clean, but we don't have the ridge here anymore, like it's a smooth transition down into it. Hopefully you guys can see that. Like I said, I got to clean them up so they're still a little dirty, but anyway, you get the idea. We've taken the ridge out of those, all 4 of those done. Just got to do the other 4 holes over there on that head, and then we'll be ready to clean and final assemble these. Alright guys, so we got all 8 of the holes finished out now as far as shape goes. Now there's no more ridge lines left once it rolls into the chamber. So we're going to start the cleanup process. First thing we're going to do is go back and polish them again. As you can probably see, I mean, I had polished them here before, but like having to take the cartridge rolls, rough them back up. So we're going to go back in, we're going to polish them out. Once we get them back polished, we're going to go and clean them up real good, probably with the pressure washer. Just make sure we don't have anything, any kind of debris at all left in them. Once we get that done, we're going to start the final assembly. Put the new valves in. We're going to lap those. Actually, I'll probably do that before I clean them up. That way I make sure I get the grit out. So anyway, we'll take and we'll polish them. Just kind of do a light lap on the new valves to make sure everything is sitting like it's supposed to, and then we'll clean them up with the pressure washer, and then we'll final assemble everything. Let's keep at it. Alright, so to get the shape we wanted for the first part here, we used the cartridge roll, just a light grit. I think it was a 120 roll I had on there. For this part, we're going to use these little polishing wheels. You get a kit off of Amazon, pretty cheap. Comes with a bunch of different grits. I want to say it's 120 for the brown, and you got the green is 180, and then like 2 something or 300 maybe, and then finish up with the black at 400 grit. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on them. I tell you, this is going a lot faster this time. The first time around, trying to get these things polished out was quite a bit more time consuming. Alright guys, so got all of the one with the brown done for all 8 holes. I've got 4 of the green done so far. I'll bring you guys back and kind of give you a shot of that. I can tell you that there's a couple ways to do the way I like to do it is I like to come in straight in like this and polish that way, and then I like to put it on an angle and run everything kind of 45 back up across it, and then actually flip it and go 45 the other way. And it seems like by doing all 3 you get a lot better polish on it than just doing a straight. Anyway, like I said, we got the 120 done. This green is 180. I'm going to keep going. Hopefully you guys will be able to tell the difference in the polish on the camera. That's what I'm hoping for. So let's see if we can get started again. Hopefully you guys can see that, but there's a noticeable difference in the way it feels between the two. Like I said, it's only 120 and 180, but there's a noticeable difference. Alright, swap that out. That's all 8 holes with the green 180 grit. Alright, that's all of them with the 180 grit. I'm going to go to the 320 now for the red. Alright, so there again, guys. I mean, you can really feel the difference to your finger. You probably, I don't know if you can see it very well, but you can definitely feel it. I know in person I can see it, but I'm not sure how well that camera's picking it up. Alright guys, so we got everything polished out in the chambers. That's all 8 holes to 400 grit. Little shot of the port there. Yeah, pretty happy with the way it turned out. Like I said, you just take these little valves right here and grind the edges back so you can actually get down in there and take the metal out. But that's about it for polishing them. Now we just got to pressure wash them, get them cleaned up. Then we're going to take and final assemble them. Then they'll be ready to actually go on the short block. Alright, stay tuned guys. Let's keep it going. Alright guys, so what we ended up getting for valves was the Elgin Pro Stock valves. And then we actually took, I'm going to show you one here, took it down to the machine shop. And I don't know if you can see it, hopefully you can. But we got them to put a 30-degree back cut on them because the valves did not come with that. We did it intake and exhaust just to pick up a little bit of flow from them. So they already had the undercut stems and swirl polish on them. So yeah, anyway, basically we're going to put a little bit of light grinding compound on this. I don't want to do the coarse on it because this should be pretty close anyway. Not really trying to remove any material. I just want to, you know, kind of make a witness mark on it to know that I do have good contact all the way around with the new valves. I know the old valves was fine, but I just want to double check it on this. I'm going to start it now. Alright, so you see, there we go. We got it all the way around the edge of the seat area. I also like to take just a little bit of WD-40 on the stem, and we are going to be turning the valve inside of the head, inside the guide, so just to give it a little bit of extra lubrication in there. We don't wear the guides out any more than we have to. Machine shop did check it, and the guides were in spec, so not too worried about it, but you know, still. Alright, so what we do, you hear it kind of get quieter, pop it on the seat one time. Alright, then grab it, set the tool to the side, get us a rag and wipe the excess off. Alright, so I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not. Where is it? Right there. We got a consistent witness line all the way around it. I gotta measure it. It's a pretty thin one though. I usually like to see a little wider contact patch than what that is. It's all the way down at the bottom of the 45 seat angle too. So, alright, so that exhaust valve was sitting a little high on the seat. Gotta figure out what we want to do about that. I guess I'm going to see if it's more than one or just one to start with, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully it's just a one. Alright, the intake actually looks good. Alright, so hopefully y'all can see that. The bottom one is the one that we've already done. If you notice right here around the edge on the seat area, it's got a really consistent area to it. It looks like the contact patch is really consistent the whole way around. And on this one it's still shiny where the seat angle is. So anyway, the intake looks good. Happy with that. Not sure what's up with the exhaust, but maybe we'll check a few more of those and hopefully it's just like the one or something. But burn about 46 to 50 thousandths on that. I don't even know if you guys can see it or not. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see what I'm measuring here. But we got about 50 thousandths, almost perfect 50, right on the money on that seat area for that intake valve. So we'll run through and check the rest of them just like it. It's probably in there about 33 thousandths on that one. Fine grinding compound, a little bit of WD-40 on the stem, back in the hole. Alright guys, so we got all of them lapped in, like I said, just a light lap so we can see where our contact area is. I got a few, well pretty much all of the exhaust valves are sitting at 30 thousandths width on the contact area, except for two of them are at 20 thousandths. So I really want to get those up probably to about 43 thousandths on the width. And I'd also like to bring it up because they're sitting, well, I guess down on the valve closer to the outside edge of the face. Right now it's sitting a little bit high on the valve towards the stem end of it. So anyway, I'm gonna get in touch with the machine shop now. They did the back cut for me. I'm gonna see if I can get them to maybe I'm gonna get their recommendation. If they want to cut the seats on the heads, take a little material out to get the valve to sit just a little bit deeper in the head, then we'll do that. If not, then we'll probably just have them cut a little bit off the face of the valve. So I'll get their opinion on that, see what they want to do, and we'll go from there. Anyway, stay tuned, guys.